Hey, Coach Kirk here. Happy Thanksgiving. I am giving a tennis tip on something that's kind of a pet peeve of mine. We have clay courts here at our club, and tennis players by nature are self preservationists, survivors, mano a mano. I've got to beat you at all costs. Well, in the code of conduct, which people don't know much about or don't read anymore, you want to do something on the line of sportsmanship where you're cooperating with your opponent so that you both can play as best as possible and give each other a really good match. I want my opponent to play well. That makes me better, right? So now let's talk about how that plays out with line calls. If I'm in the habit of always calling the ball out to my benefit, if I'm doing that so much on close calls in particular, probably I'm going to miss some of those calls to my benefit, right? I've unintentionally stolen the point from my opponent. That's a questionable. Most people are intentional about their line call to their own benefit. We're biased to make the call to our benefit. The problem with that is if you do that all the time, you make it a habit, you'll be known as that guy or that girl that steals points. Secondly, pardon me, swallowed a gnat. Secondly, if you allow the call to go to your favor all the time, you're not getting very mentally tough at dealing with balls that are super close to the line. Now, in a little club interaction, you can get away with it, but when you start playing tournaments and people are paying attention, now you're really going to be on stage as that person that makes the bad line call. So you tend to kind of clean up your act, but you haven't had practice swinging at the ball that's close to the line. So you tend to choke. So if you want to get better at tennis, play balls that are questionable to your opponent's benefit because it doesn't faze you. You're not worried about it. 1 point ain't going to make a big difference, right? But one bad call can make a huge difference in how people see you as a bad sport. And the bad sports don't get invited to the nice tennis parties, right? They don't get invited to the special tennis events because we want to have people that are gracious when they play at the special event. So don't be that guy, don't be that girl, make better line calls. And along those lines with clay court calls, people tend to go looking for evidence. Was the ball in or out? Instead of knowing, right? They have this, I think it was out, I'm pretty sure it was out. Let me go find the call to verify it. No. It's the in or out. You saw it in or out, and you know exactly where it's at. You don't go looking for it. Because if you saw where it landed, you know exactly where the ball is, right? So that drives me crazy too. When people, let me see where it landed. Let me see if, yeah, that's right. My instinct was right. It was out. I found a ball mark that's out, right? That's what people do. It's kind of comical, but it's also irritating. Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Give the advantage to your opponent. Be so strong that a handful of points that are that close aren't going to faze you because you're not going to flirt with the line so much. You're going to aim inside a little bit more. Your ball's not going to be playing with the line so much where they can make bad calls on you. And if you make a good call in their favor, you're putting out the good karma. Now, there's some stinkers that will take advantage of that. So you don't have to do special favors. But not a bad idea to do it early in the match because you just might set the tone to make it a delightful match with somebody that is used to somebody always stealing the point from them. So anyway, enough about that. If you have questions about my ideas on how to set the tone for a match so that it goes well and everybody enjoys the match, and you applaud your opponent because they're good and they're strong and they make great shots and they do the same for you, those are fun matches. The ones where you're griping with your opponent and blowing a gasket and making a big scene on 5 courts, and everybody knows that there's a disagreement going on because you guys can't agree on line calls, that's for 14-year-olds that want to win the trophy so bad they don't have the emotional equipment to handle it right. Don't be 44 and not know how to do that. Don't be 44 and get so good at cheating that you bully everybody into believing that your ball was in, right? Don't be that guy either. Have a good Thanksgiving.